water feeder, and if you see this sample, it has a little bit of debris on the bottom settled up. Now this debris was what I intended to collect, because I had noticed that a few days after being filled up with water, fresh tap water, this moss kind of a thing was growing, moss, algae, etc. were growing. So I collected a little bit of this scraping and put it under the microscope, and I'm very fascinated. I'll share it with you. It's a colony of Vorticella, a full-fledged colony. Let me get it in focus. Here you see a beautiful colony of Vorticella with so many individuals. Need to focus it a bit. Go to the other eyepiece. All right, now I think you can see them, though not so clearly. There are so many of them. There is a rotifer. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. Just a bit out of focus. I'll focus it again. And there you go. So we'll now focus on this particular area and try to see their activity. What vortices do is they are filter feeders, and most of their time is spent in generating a water current to sieve that water through their cilia, through their mouth by means of ciliary current, and then they filter out the edible parts, and the non-edible things are ejected. And they are connected to their basic mother stalk by their mother by means of a thin stalk, uh, from which they are connected to the rest of the colony, and see this individual. Okay, I'll increase the light a bit. Let us see if anything happens. Remove the filter. Okay, I'm now proceeding to a higher grade of magnification. So now we are at 100x. Okay, now we are at 100x. This is an individual, and we'll focus on this and see if we can catch those ciliary beatings. Okay, here Let us see this part. All right, suddenly I found an idea. I have put the condenser a little down, and you now see the individuals more clearly because the light is getting refracted far better. Okay, this one, this colony, now this part of the colony, let us look at them. You now can very well see the beating of the cilia. The cilia are beating very, very especially in a very rhythmic fashion, like the blades of a fan in a given manner. And by doing this, they are generating a current, and you can see those tiny elements which are dissolved in water, floating in water. They are being pulled towards the mouth, and from the mouth, they are going out back towards open area. Okay, now I'll try to get to the stalk. This seems a bit better. Yeah, look at this, so lovely. This is awesome. This is a full-fledged out Vorticella individual connected to the mother part by means of this extended stalk. And this is the beating of the cilia on its apical part in a very rhythmic fashion. Oh, so many of them. This individual is in the action. Let's get on to him. Observe him for a while it creates that current and then decides to recoil. So presently we are at 10x on the eyepiece and 10x on the, yes. So we are at 100 times magnification. Meanwhile, this fellow just collapsed itself once. So I'm now proceeding for 400x. Let us see if we can get something good. What is that? Must be the wing of some insect. These are bacteria in the background. This is too much for presently. So I'll go back to the previous arrangement of magnification and we go back to this site where we were finding those little Vorticella. All right, friends, so much of action happening in just a fraction of a droplet. This is the fascination of microscopic observation, especially when you are rewarded with such beautiful sights, you feel blessed. Just so many of these Vorticella. See this individual. Okay, now let's try to focus on this one, this part. We'll zoom on to this part. There is an individual who is beating very rapidly. You can see the main body, the ciliary beatings. We'll try to get to that one who was collapsing. This is better than watching IPL. All right, friends. So that is all for the day. And I promise I'll be back if I find something interesting on this. So have a good time and keep observing. The world is full of such wonderful mysteries and beauties. Keep exploring. Goodbye.